Hello everyone, it's me Alex, and today I will show you how to create this inner page for the e-commerce site that sells fancy light bulbs in Sketch, starting from the user experience and ending with the UI itself. This is how the website looks when it is already developed, and we are gonna step by step go through my user experience process, and I will show you how I created the user interface for it. So let's get started. For the user experience, I prefer to start with the actual users, and in this project I've divided it into two categories. First one are interior designers, which are trying to find the lamps for their design projects. Their needs are as following. They should know how much of the lamps are available at the moment. Either they can buy them or they would need to wait it. So it's the point of the production time. Then the information about the size, bulb type, how it would fit in the interior, and a bit of the backstory for the lamp, so they can tell it for their clients, because the storytelling is a huge point in every designer speech. And I think for interior designers it is as well. Then as the second category of the target audience, it is wealthy people, and we actually need to sell them. So in order to sell, we again need to tell a bit of the story. We need to show how cool this lamp is, and we actually need to intrigue them. And actually, since we live in the social media world, we also need to share the lamp and to have a bit of the story in it as well. Then regarding the functional, I think we will need definitely in this website, this is a list of the dimensions. As I've previously mentioned, for the interior designers to kind of understand, is it going to be a good fit in their interior as it is. Then the quantity, name, description, just a basic button, call to action to buy it. Image, maybe some gallery, but later on I decided to quit this idea with the gallery. Then designer, who made this lamp, since these are exclusive lamps, designer descriptions, related products, and that's basically it. I've created some small mood board, which is loading right now. I want to treat this website as a fashion store, since we're selling the exclusive lamps, and I want to convey users and the persons visiting the site that this is something exclusive. So I've found some examples of the websites I'm liking in this kind of sphere, and I think we are in the need to create something like this. I've also found the font which I like for this kind of website. It's gonna be Butler font, and here are the color combinations I also like for this kind of website. Let's go back, and I've created a bit of the sketch and the wireframe, how this website is gonna be looking. So in the top we've got the logo. Then I think it would be a cool idea to have some sort of the button which translates, makes the transition from the actual website to the dark mode, and the lamp's gonna start shining. So when are we using lamps? In the dark time. And usually on all the websites it's shown just as it is, and we're gonna show them how it's actually gonna look in the dark, how it's gonna shine, and all the things like this. I think it's gonna be a cool idea, and it actually would bring this cool user experience for the visitors. And I think it's gonna be a cool idea to have the button to view this lamp in artificial reality, so that they can look how it fits in their existing interior. Then going down, there's gonna be a title, price, availability, description, CTA now, CTA button by now, some share buttons, breadcrumbs, the actual picture of the lamp. Here's gonna be the section about the designer. We're gonna have the picture of the designer, his name and description, how cool he is, where he studied, what are his awards and things like this. Then here are gonna be related products and the footer. So that's basically it. Then there's this ticket with the actual information regarding the project. Here's the name of the lamp, description, price, quantity, designer information, the points in the menu, and all the things like this, so that I wouldn't spend time when I'm actually designing the website finding this information. That being said, let's get into the actual creation of the website in Sketch. Okay, now we're in the Sketch. I've prepared some pictures for this website and the basic text elements. The first image is the lamp. I've downloaded it from the internet and cut it out in the Photoshop. And additionally, I've added a bit of the shadow underneath it. Then there is this picture of this designer I'm gonna be using, and some basic text elements, which are for the H1, H2 text. I'm gonna be using Butler typeface, medium weight, 50 size. For the paragraphs, I'm gonna be using Proxima Nova in the regular weight, size 14, with a bit of the opacity. And for the labels and additional information, I'm gonna be using Proxima Nova as well, but in the condensed typeface. Yes. And here are the two icons I'm gonna be using as well. This one is for the night mode, and this one for the AR mode, artificial reality mode. Moving forward, this is the wireframe I've already showed in the user experience part. Remember this little bad boy out there. And let's actually create the artboard and move forward. We can do it either through this menu or by just clicking A on the keyboard. Let's add the desktop HD artboard. I'm gonna a bit adjust the height, and let's add the layout. My layout is has the settings as in this setting panel. This is total width is the same as the artboard size, 1440. The offset is 0. Number of columns is 12. Basically, you can just copy it or create it yourself, which one you like. Okay, I'm gonna add a bit of the background color. I want something in the page area. I think this one would be good. Cool. Then let's start with some structure. I'm gonna draw like the basic structure. So this one is gonna be header, a bit too much. Let the height be 75. Cool. Then we're gonna draw draw this right column out there. Cool. It's gonna be white. I can adjust it afterwards if something's not looking good, but let's start with this one. Then this is gonna be the panel for the designer. It's gonna be black. And I think the height should be, I think it's normal. Then there will be the place for the related products. Oh, by the way, I see that in the wireframe I forgot to have the title for the related products, but we'll have it in the actual design. And let's copy this rectangle to be our footer. I think it's too much for the footer. Let it be 300 high. Cool. So yes, let's start with the header. The logo is gonna be in the same typeface as the H1. I'm not gonna do the specific special logo for it. I'm just gonna type in Nice. By the way, this naming I've just found in some random name generator in the internet, so nothing special. 4 kind of looks good. Nice. Cool. It's regular light. Yeah, looks cool. Looks cool. And let's adjust it a bit. Yes, cool. Then let's create the two buttons. Two buttons which are gonna be, the first one is gonna be view in the dark, and the second one is gonna be view in artificial reality. And what will happen if we click on the view in the dark, it's gonna translate the actual website in the dark mode to see how the lamp looks in the dark. I think it's very cool option. So I'm gonna do the same sized rectangle for the buttons. As you can see, there are two buttons and they're gonna be in the white color. So how to create two equal sized buttons? I'm just gonna, Sketch has the cool functionality to add all the math in their inputs, so I'm just gonna divide the width by 2. And here's our button. Cool. I'm gonna add the inside border for it to differentiate from this white section, and duplicate it. Cool. And as you can see, we have this small problem that the two borders are overlapping in one each other. So let's just do the outside borders and reduce the height by 1. No, actually by 2, because we have the border on the bottom and on the top. That's cool. We can hide the layout, view how it looks. By now looks a bit boring, but we'll get to the point when it will be cool. Okay, so let's start with only one button. We don't need the layouts at this moment, and the first button is gonna be view in the dark. Gonna copy paste the icon there, align it to the center, and let's add the text, which is gonna be Proxy Nova condensed. Gonna be bold, and just type in view in the dark. We can set the transformation to the uppercase. Cool, and the size to 14, 18. No, let's do it like 16. Yeah, 16 is good. 16, let's center it to both sides. This one as well, I will center, align it vertically. And the icon is gonna be here we have a small problem that the margin from top and from the bottom is a bit different, because we have the inner borders and the actual height 73, but we will manage to fix it in the actual markup. So I will add the padding from the left also to 26, and how you can see these paddings is just by clicking on the object and tapping Alt button. Cool. Let's group this one. It's called button dark, and duplicate it right there. Cool, and this button is gonna be view in AR. I will set the alignment to the center alignment, since the text is gonna be centered. View in AR. Cool. And we'll just need to get our artificial reality icon, which I took from the Apple, but don't tell anyone. Okay, again, I'll set it to the 26 padding from the left side, and this ordeal looks kinda cool. Yes, then let's go. First of all, let's group everything together. So the logo, the background, and these two buttons. Gonna name everything. And this can be our header. Then add our lamp picture right there. So in order to center it, I will create a rectangle, which would be the size of this empty area, and and just center the lamp on it. Cool. Now it's center. I can. Oh no, sorry. Yes, let's center it again. Cool, and I can delete it. So that's probably it for the picture. Let's add again show our layout, and I'm gonna do the breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs are the actual links. You can often see them in the e-commerce websites. These are actually like the site map or the path how you got into this item. So what was the size of our, okay, 12. Cool. Set it to 12, align it to the left, and set the opacity to the 50. Again, what is the weight? It is regular. Cool. And let the breadcrumb be something like the lamps, and the name of our lamp is new works bowl table lamp. Yes. And since we have the transformation set to the uppercase, we can just type everything in the lowercase or in any combination, and it will transfer to the uppercase. Set it to be the same padding from the left and from the top. Sorry. Okay, cool. Then let's, oops. Okay, for some unknown for me reason, my sketch crashed. So let's start from the point I've ended. In this section, I'm gonna add the heading, which is gonna be new works bowl table lamp. It's gonna be size 50. I think it was medium. Yeah, it's medium. Size 50, and the height I'm gonna let it be this size. Okay, and I'm gonna set the padding to this line, and from top I think the padding should be twice as much as this ruler. So if it's 75, then it should be 150. Cool. Then let's add the price. The price be 36, and the price was 269. By the way, this lamp is freaking expensive, but it looks cool. I will copy this label from there, and let's say 4 lamps available. That's cool. 4 lamps available. Then let's group this thing out there and set the padding to, let's say, 40 pixels. That's cool. And then let's add the paragraph out there. Can have it in black, and again I will set the actual width of this parameter to be right in the middle of these two guiding lines. Cool. And padding from top, again, let it be 40. That's cool. What else? Oh, by the way, we need to add the CTA button, which is gonna be black, and the height would be 75 maybe. No, I think it's too much. 60? 65? 65 is good. The text is gonna be the same size as the actual price point. Or no, oh no, too big. Too big, let it be twice as much. Maybe a bit more. This one is good, I think. It should say by now. Should be centered. Now let's center it vertically and horizontally. Cool. And again, the padding, let's group it, call it button CTA, which stands for call to action. And the padding should be like this, I think. I will lower the padding from the price and availability and the paragraph a bit to group this text layers a bit, and the buy button is gonna be like 200 pixels below the actual paragraph, so that our paragraph can be longer than this. Okay, I think it's cool. How much of the... Okay, we had the 150 height padding from the top, so it's gonna be, should be the same from the button. So this block should be located right there. Cool. Now I will add the actual description for this lamp, which I will copy from the Milanote file I've created before. Pretty cool. Then what I realized right now is that I've actually forgotten about the list of the dimensions for this lamp, which was the essential part for the interior designers and another target audience, wealthy people. So I will add this block right there, and we'll just somehow add the dimensions. I imagine to be, let it be the black background section. Okay, with the, how much is 75 padding from the top. Cool. And let's create the box with these dimensions. Let's add the white color and set the opacity to 50. Maybe let's hide the layout. Yeah, 50 is good. This box, and I will create the sections. The sections I've prepared for myself, these points to be mentioned: the production time, the height, the diameter, the cable length, and the bulb, which I've actually taken from the competitor's website. Let's add this separation line at first. Once again my sketch crashed. If someone from the Bagame Encoding is watching it, Bagame Encoding is the developer of the sketch. please fix it, because it's super annoying. I'm redoing this recording for the 3rd time in a row, and all the time it crashes. So I've noticed one thing, that this information, which is 4 lamps available, and the breadcrumbs, is kind of getting too much attention, and it's actually bigger than the paragraph size. So I'm gonna reduce it to this size, and I think it should work better. Then I will set the weight for the Buy Now button to the bold. Think now we have more hierarchy in this screen. So for me it's much better. Maybe I will need to fix a bit the padding. Okay, that's cool. So let's get back to our dimensions panel. I've created this line. I prefer not to use the actual line tool, because by creating just the regular rectangle, I think it gives you much more freedom to control it. So I've set it to the same color, same opacity, which is white and 50 opacity, and the height to 1, and the width to 420. Nice. Then let's add the text to it. Text is gonna be white. Okay, white, 100% opacity for the label. It's gonna be production time, and again we're using the transformation to the uppercase, and then the actual size, or the actual input, which is 14 days. Cool, and then I will align it to the left. Line to the left, set the padding to like 25, 24, 24, and from the left again 24. Okay, 24, 24. And from the bottom, okay, and here as well, it's gonna be 24. I think it looks fine. Like, it looks fine, and I will create the symbol from it. I'm gonna group it and name it as the table item. Create the symbol. Oops. I'll group it, and then in order for us to be more efficient with the symbol and not to care about the paddings from the top, I will create additional layer, which is gonna be the size, of this item. I'm just gonna set the opacity to 0 so that it wouldn't be visible. Name it height, and all it does is that it adds the height to our symbol in the future. So let's create the symbol, and let's copy it, how much? 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. This one's too much. And For the last symbol, I'm gonna afterwards detach it, because we have the 50% opacity and border, and when it's overlaying each other, it gives us 50 times 2, 100, which is not the case we need right now. And we're gonna just change the overrider's text. So this one's gonna be 13 centimeters. Production time, it's not the right word, it's gonna be height. Then 20 centimeter diameter. Nice. Fabric cord for the cable end. And for the bulb, it's gonna be Edison Antique E27 light bulb. Who creates these kind of names? I don't know. Bulb. Cool. And as I've already mentioned, I've detached it from the symbol and delete this rectangle, which is the line above, line below. Cool. I think it looks pretty nice. Then, by the way, how much? 75. Here we should have also 75. We will group everything together and name it as a table. And for the, we should have 75 panning from the left and 75 panning from the top. That's good. And as well from the button should be 75 pixels heading. Check. So 5 more, -5, 75. Cool. I think that's it for the right panel. And as you can see, we have a lot of free space right there. But in the actual website, I wanted to be this section to be fixed, and this one is going to be sliding. So in whatever position we are in the website, we're going to see the actual light bulb. And I think it's going to give us a cool effect and a cool look for the website. So that being said, let's go to the next section. It is the section about the designer. We're gonna copy paste this box. And by the way, let's group these layers into the right section. Cool. And by the way, yes. Then we'll need here on the wireframe we have the picture of the actual designer, and let it be that way. This one is gonna be 450 high, as we decided previously. So this one as well should be 450, and I will paste in the picture of the designer in this box and mask it. Cool. I think this position is good enough. But I want, in order to have more contrast between these three boxes, I'm gonna add a color adjustment here and set the brightness like this, so it would have like something like the chess effect. Cool. And here we have our text pretty much ready. Let's again set our layout and have it like there, and for I will add about the designer here. And yes, in the wireframe we have about the designer name and description of the actual designer and the picture. It's pretty much ready. I wanna check out the paddings. Cool. And that's pretty much it. It is the same text as here, but just in the white color. Everything else is the same. The same here. All this text is similar. We're not adding the new font styles. And by the way, I'm not using the font styles right now, since I'm not pretty much 100% sure about all the styles, but I will do it a bit later. So since our text block is ready, I'm gonna just align it vertically. I'm gonna group it, then select this rectangle and the actual text layer and text group, and click this button to align it vertically. Now it's aligned. It is aligned. That's good. Let's see what we have there. Looks pretty good. Let's again show the layouts. And I'll resize the desktop so that the artboard, so that we would have a bit more space. Then here we have the related product section. Let's have the title for it. I'll duplicate the actual title from the right section there and name it products, related products. Set the alignment to the center and just center it on our artboard. That's cool. How much padding we had there? So 150, I think. Yeah, here as well. Let's have the 150. Oh wow, we guessed it. Nice. So here's our title. Oh, by the way, let's group hosting together. Name it about the designer. That's cool. And let's add the related products. For the related products, I'm gonna use the same picture of the bulb. I think there's no need to create million versions of it. I think I'm gonna have here's 3, but I think it's gonna be a bit too much. So I'm gonna have 4 related products. Let it be like this size, and what do we need there? We need the title and the price. And gonna copy these 2 text layers, paste it right there. And here I think the more importantly, since we are aiming to luxury segment, luxury audience, they obviously care about the price, but not so much. So I want to emphasize the name of the lamp more than the actual price. So I'm gonna swap these things around. So this is gonna be price, like 290, let's say, and let's center align it. And this one is gonna be, how much is this text? 16 pixels. Let's try 16 there. So 16 there. Kind of works fine, I think. Maybe I will change it to 18, and let's just copy this lamp's name and vertically align it. Looks pretty fine, I think, but I'll add a bit of the size for for the lamp name. Let the block itself be a bit more than this, but I think it's good. I think it's good enough. Yeah. Let's center, group the text, center with the actual picture. That's cool. And then we'll need 4 of these bad boys. Dun, dun, dun. We have them 4, and let's also select them all. And in order to kind of align them identically and have the same paddings, we'll just need to click on this button, and it will distribute it horizontally, and we can place it on the subpixels. That's good. The related products section is ready. And let's add the last thing on this page, which is footer. So for the footer, I mocked up the actual things we will need there. It is logo, description, and some things which are there. Let's copy the logo. Here it is. Let's align it there. Set the 74 padding from the top. Cool. And let's add the description. It's right there. I don't actually know what to type in there, but I'm gonna just copy it from the lipsum.com, which is default for the designers, I think. Let's copy this much. I think it's maybe too much. Yes, it is. Okay, this amount of text gonna be good, I think. Yes. Well, let it be like this. Gonna set the line a bit lower, like 20 is good, I think. Cool. Then we'll need more sections, and I've already prepared the copyright for it. So we'll have the title and the actual links. So for the title, I'm gonna take the, which type we have there. It's 18. I think it's too much a bit. So for the actual link, I'll select this text, and for the title, I'll think of something else. So the copyright, should be like this, and should be aligned to the left. We'll add a bit more to the line, like 28. I think it's good. And set the opacity to 50. And our heading should be the same font as our all the headings font, which is just the Butler. Weight the same as there, medium, opacity 100, and who we are. Should state we don't need the text transformation there. Let it be like 14, 15, maybe maybe. Yeah, 15 is good. It's good. Let's see how it looks. It looks pretty fine, I think. But we'll add a bit more of the padding from the top. Let's again view, show the layout, and it should have the same padding. Cool. Maybe the line is too big, I think. 23. I think it's good enough. Good enough, and let's have them on the same level as the logo type, and this text aligned with the menu other items. Cool. Let's just copy it out. Let's just group it first of all. Okay, we'll name it as link blocks, and let's duplicate them a few times. How much we need? We need 3 times. Okay, and I think I'll just do it like this. Okay, let's have the copyright and then we'll figure out how to display them. This is how to shop. And this one should be designed by. That's cool. And let's center them. Not center them, but align them. How to align them? It's a bit of a struggle out there. Okay, maybe like this. Too much, I think. What about this kind of alignment? Yeah, I think this one is good. This one is good, and we are pretty much done, I think. Yes, we're pretty much done, and I'll align it to this. To this line out there, so it should be aligned with all the buttons, tables, and things like this. Okay, I think it is good enough. I will resize it. We can either resize it manually or just click the resize to fit, and it will fit our website. Let's look at it for a minute. Dun, dun, dun. Come on. Why is that? Okay, here we go. Looks pretty fine. We have a lot of the free space out there. A lot of font combinations, and kind of settled down color palette, which I think gives us this feeling of the luxurious and some fashion styled website. And we are ready with our website. So this is how it turned to be. Before the development, I've actually tweaked it a bit. So I changed the colors here and there. I've added this share box and added the hover state for the related products. As well as, remember we had this view in the dark button, and I've actually duplicated our artboard and just tweaked the colors. So like everything stays the same, but the colors change from the white to black, from the beige to dark gray, and from the black to white. So, and everything else stays pretty much the same. And as well as, since we don't have the AR possibility right now, I created this small tooltip which states AR model is not available at this moment for this object, sorry. As well as you can see, I've changed the color from the moon to the sun in this button, and the text from view in the dark to view in the light, which is kind of obvious and reasonable. And now I will show you how the developer did the actual markup for this website and how it turned to be. You'll see this animation, all the animations, all the transitions we talked through with him. So this is the website. It looks exactly the same as the one we've created right now. And as you can see, this was my idea, how the left panel is gonna be stable, fixed, and the right side is gonna be scrollable. So we can read the information about our lamp, we can view the sizes, and we can still see the picture there and share it. So let's scroll down a bit. Here's the information about the designer. Actually, I want to add some parallax effects to his picture, but it's alright though. And here are related products, and here is the animation of the hover. So we can hover, it slides in. I've tried to set the tone for the animations that in the most important elements we are doing this sliding effect for the animation, and in the secondary animations we have this kind of just opacity change, like there, and on the text there. As well as here you can see the animation for the button and for these buttons. You can see this pop out there, and for the view in the main feature is we can click on this button and it will actually change the moon from to the sun. The text is gonna jump around and the whole website is gonna be in the dark mode. Didn't change the picture. It could be more visible that it changes to the dark mode, but still I think it kind of looks cool. Maybe I can tweak it a bit more, but here is the version in the dark. As well, everything else stays the same, but a bit darker and cooler, as I think. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching this tutorial. This is my first tutorial. I know there are a lot of the mistakes. I know that it could be boring sometimes, but this is my first time. I'm gonna do more of them, and stay tuned. Subscribe to my channel. Please hit the like and mention in the comment what I should do next, what I can improve, and yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. See you. Goodbye.